Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to be working on page 146 today, and we're going to be focusing on subtracting fractions from a mixed number. And we have all kinds of different ways to solve these mixed numbers subtracting by fractions. We can use number lines. We can use tape diagrams. I mean, we can do it all. But what I want us to focus on is something a little bit more simplistic, especially when we get bogged down by all these strategies. I want to go to a strategy that I can remember, that I can relate to, and that has Common Core standards and Common Core concepts, but also go back to that standard algorithm. So I'm going to be showing you today how to use that standard algorithm to solve mixed numbers being subtracted by fractions. So here we go. So working really quickly on 9 and 3/8 being subtracted by 7/8, we are going to be using our fraction number sense, and knowing that we cannot subtract 3 and 7, we are going to basically unbundle. And we're going to unbundle from the whole. And we have to think that we have a whole number that's kind of floating in the air, and we're going to be adding that to 3/8 so that we can eventually subtract. So we have eighths, so I know that this is going to be 8/8. Okay? And 8 plus 3 is 11. So 11 subtract 7 is going to be 4/8. Bring that 8 down, and we have our answer. Okay, pretty simplistic here. Doesn't get any more simple. Let's try F using that number sense and using that the standard algorithm to solve for today. So let's go with 7 and 1/10. Subtract 6/10. And let's decide right now that we can't subtract 1 and 6. We don't have enough. It's like if we have one dot, right? I want you to subtract 6. We can't. So we're going to unbundle. This becomes 6. And remember, we have a one whole floating around. And what is that whole? Well, we have tenths, right? So that is a 10. That's 10 tenths. 1/10 plus 10 tenths is going to make 11 tenths. And 11 subtract 6 is 5 tenths. And bring that 6 down, and we are good to go. Okay. So let's try this again using that standard algorithm. Let's work with G, and I think that's we'll be done for today. This pattern is the same. The standard algorithm is the same for us to use. And I mean, look, we can use a number line, we can use a tape diagram, but in the scheme of things, those are great things to see visually, and they're great tools for us to understand. But when it comes down to it, we want to get to the quickest way possible. If I were asking you to, if I asked you for directions, or if you asked me for directions to get to my house, I'm not going to tell you 4 different ways to get there. I'm going to be telling you the fastest way to get to my house, the easiest way, the safest way. So for this one, we are using that standard algorithm. So let's start with 10/8, 10 and 1/8. Subtract 5/8. And what we're working with here is 1 and 5. I do not have enough to subtract. It's like if I had one dot, I want you to take 5, subtract 5. We can't. So we have to unbundle from this 10 and make it 9. From there, you have to think that we have a whole number that is floating around, and that whole number is eighths. So 1/8 plus 8/8 is 9/8. 9 subtract 5 is 4/8. And then don't forget to bring down that 9, right? And there we go. So we're going to stop right there. Patterns are the same. Focusing on that standard algorithm with fractions is the same. So, but if your teacher wanted you to decompose using the number line or decompose using the number line or the arrow way, we can certainly, I can certainly show you how that looks. So I'll do the number line so that you'll be able to see how it looks using the number line. So if I have this number line here, and let's say I have 9, right? That 9 is going to be in the center. And I'm going to be working with 8, and I'm going to be working with 10. Okay? Now this gets actually kind of complicated because we have twelfths. So that means that each partition here, I'm going to be cutting into twelfths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, let me do that again. Wow. Well, let me cut this in half. Let me cut this into thirds. All right. So boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Awesome. Let me do that again. Let me cut this into thirds. And let me go boop, 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 and boom, boom. Okay, cool. So we got twelfths. Now, we are starting at 9, which is right here. Okay, we're starting at here 9, and we have fourths. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is where we're starting. Okay, this is 9 and 4 twelfths. And we are subtracting 7. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so that is 8 whole, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 twelfths. So our answer is going to be 8 and 9 twelfths. Now that is the number line. Okay, so if you were asked to use the number line, that's how we would work the number line out for these problems. Is putting your whole number in the middle and one before, one after, and then make sure you partition and that you subtract. So I hope that this was an easy lesson today, something informative for you to look at. And good luck. I hope that the standard algorithm helps. I hope that the number line helps. And good luck with today's math. Subtracting fractions from a mixed number.